If the lack of scientific literacy wasn't already displayed before, it is quite impossible to ignore now with the current state of our pandemic and the panic surrounding it. However, these kinds of misunderstandings and fuelings of misinformation have been going on for years and years. Years ago, the National Center for Educational Statistics released that only 18% of students graduate with proficient levels of scientific literacy. This is an issue, especially considering that these levels have not risen as the years have passed. Perhaps our current situation can teach us something and provide that we need to work harder as a society to bridge the gap between scientific literacy and the general public. A perfect way to do this would to be to start with the children. By focusing on our youth, we are simultaneously focusing on our future. You may think that it won't be worth it because maybe they'll find it too confusing and maybe it'll be way too difficult. But children actually participate in science long before they ever step in a classroom. You may notice that children ask why their glass sweats when they go outside or why the flowers grow in the spring as opposed to in the winter. To build on this already ignited curiosity that children have, I believe that it would be beneficial to showcase an area of science that is naturally unique and engaging, such as dinosaurs. Dinosaurs have been extinct for millions and millions of years, and while we know a ton about them, and we have tons of evidence to combat that they actually did roam this earth, plenty of people believe that they were never actually here. Now, there are plenty of reasons for this, and there are plenty of ways to combat this, but with children specifically, I think that it would be amazing to do this through a children's book. Now, in my head, this children's book would be titled The Adventures of Dr. Larkenstein. Now, while that is not particularly important for this part, I would like to show you how this book would be communicated in theory. By choosing to communicate dinosaurs to children, we're choosing to communicate something to them that they've already been exposed to. Now, children in grades 3 through 5 have likely been exposed to some sort of dinosaur in the media. Now, whether that's Jurassic Park, Land Before Time, or a toy that they picked up on the aisle in Walmart, they have somehow seen a version of a dinosaur that likely doesn't represent how that dinosaur acted as when it lived in nature. Science is also not considered cool, which may deter a student's interest from wanting to be involved or even read the book. But by showcasing the information inside of a story, we can grab their interest and get them interested in the science part of it without them even realizing that's what they're doing. Now, while they might not fully understand at the time, they are going to understand the reality of dinosaurs as the story progresses, as opposed to the imaginative version shown through popular mediums. Now, while this book is going to be fiction, of course, it's going to showcase true facts about dinosaurs and how they lived and how they breathed and how they roamed the earth long before us. This will provide that dinosaurs are in fact real, despite us not being able to see them now. Now, while there are several issues with communicating dinosaurs to children grades through 3, there are also tons of benefits to doing this. Like I've already mentioned, children are going to be exposed to these dinosaurs through a book which allows them to see the information in a fun way so it doesn't seem too scientific. Now, this will get them grabbed into the story and get them intrigued into what is going on, which in turn leads them to believe and learn these true scientific and historical facts. This will also allow them to investigate a part of science that no longer exists, so they're grabbing something that is mysterious and outdated and something they don't know. This also sparks an interest for other extinct animals and other extinct practices that we no longer do or that we no longer have. Children should be interested in our past because our past is a key part of who we are and is a key part to expanding our future. The students are wrapped up in this story, they are getting the benefits of science as well as the historical context that surrounds everything going on within the story. Overall, I think this book would be a great way to bridge the gap between scientific literacy and our youth. By introducing to them to something as simple as dinosaurs through a children's book, they can become engrossed in the story and learn to love the science that is around them every single day.